Good morning. Good morning. It's coffee time. Guru, Artsy Coast, Poltrefal, Lure Rib. Awesome. How's everyone doing? Georg, Ilari. So many wonderful people. I must say, I had some peanuts, and they're so tasty. The salt and the roasted peanuts they're poison. Delicious, delicious poison. Hey, good morning, Hung. Velinov. Wow. All right, we're doing business. All right. Topics, please. Let's throw them out there so I can get going. Hey, Captain Jetlag. Oh, fantastic. Wyvern Rider, Sun Crusher, Were Scorpion, Corrupted Samurai, Symbiotic Creature, Dagger Thief. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Throw the dice. The dice is number 1. And that is a Wyvern Rider. All right, that's the Serp Dragon, right? A dragon is a Wyvern, if I'm not completely mistaken. So who wrote that? Lou Rib. Fantastic. Wyvern Rider by Lou Rib. Wyvern. All right. Oh, Captain Jetlag, too late. Too late. I'm not looking forward for the day when you guys get Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. All right, a Wyvern Rider. A Wyvern Rider. Okay. Okay, so I got this idea, more or less like a functional idea of the Wyvern, and if you're riding on a dragon, I was thinking like there should be sort of a harness attached to his leg, so his pants are designed to have kind of anchors in them, right? So he has like a hook system connected, so that when he sits down, he hooks his pants more or less to the saddle, so that when the dragon wants to fly upside down, he won't fall and die. So it's like rings on the saddle and hooks on his pants. And I was thinking over the thigh, so that he's completely kind of fixed to the saddle. That's the initial idea. I was thinking, what would be cool? I mean, you could make like a knight, like a Wyvern Rider he's like a knight. Hey, good morning, Michal and Georg and Zertabuk and oh yeah, I'm using another internet today because the primary one is down. They're fixing it at the moment, so maybe the stream might be laggy today. My apologies for that. Kilrathi, good morning. It's acting weird, this internet. I did a speed test, And the speed test said like 40 megabit down and 10 up, so it should be enough. But like navigating pages, it, it like buffers somehow. I don't know. I have two internets for just to be safe, you know. So if one goes down, I'm not sitting here, not being able to communicate with the clients. So it might be me. So my apologies if the kind of laggy connection. So if you find it too annoying, if it's laggy, maybe just switch the sound off. At least that's less laggy or annoying. But it's up to you. Hopefully it won't lag too much. If you're experiencing more lag than usual, please let me know. So if he's a Wyvern rider, that means he's going to be riding through fire. Oh, that's great, Kuro. Hey, Cosmin. Hey, good morning. Right, so if he's a Wyvern rider, that means fire, right? So what if he has like ceramic plate armor? Because ceramics, you know, they're good for not dispersing heat or transferring heat. So that could be cool, like heavy ceramic armor, like bulky, and probably some sort of a ceramic plate. Um, Maybe he has like a bomb disposal, you know, like the modern bomb disposal, but he's actually um, but kind of getting inspiration from that, you know, so he's completely caked in. And he has to have not a lot of things exposed, obviously, you know, because of fire. So maybe just like a clay mask, maybe. And in the back, heavy leather or flowy bits. So it's flappy, so it can extinguish fires. Thanks, Michal. Today is construction day. Okay, so ceramic, some thick ropes. Not ideal, but you can't have metal because then it's gonna heat. Just keep an eye out for the fire on the ropes, I guess. Um, I'm just looking for the arm in my head, like what's the best placement for it. And he should have like I'm gonna put the hand on his thigh. I want to give his arm ceramic plates as well, but not stacked the same way, just so uh, his clothes won't be in the way for like reins and using weapons and so on. Maybe he could even have a shoulder pad. Not ideal for flying, probably. Will be harder to move. Yeah, let's remove shoulder pads. You can't Have you ever walked in on a windy day with an umbrella and then imagine shoulder pads and throwing spears? It can't be. It can't be a good combination. I'm quite sure that the spear will end up in the wyvern's head. And he dies. Hey, Lou Rib, good morning. Well, start sketching. I mean, you could squeeze in your Inktober sketch now, if you're doing Inktober, that is. Okay, I want to see some sort of, it has to be some construction to the plates so that it doesn't feel anything else but stacked ceramic plates on a cloth or a heavy cloth fabric underneath for insulation, you know, so that you don't burn up when you're riding through a cloud of fire. Imagine that. I'm trying to imagine how that would feel riding on that wyvern, like it's like a sky snake just flying through the air, burning everything, and you're on the back, like behind the head, getting a face full of fire and turning, you know, clouds into fire, and you have to fly through it. I can imagine it being an amazing view, but as well, like ridiculously hot. I can only imagine how hot that would be. I want to pad up the legs a bit so they don't feel so snug. That's not a good idea for heat. You want layers. Could be like, you know, like the way, oh yeah, that needs to be friction. You know, on saddles for horses, they put a blanket underneath so it doesn't rub. I'm thinking if you're flying on the back of a wyvern with your parts of your pants pinned down to the saddle, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of pressure on your pants and tension. So padding where the, well, more or less thigh saddle is, should be some cloth kind of, so it doesn't rub. Michal, I try to construct things like this constantly. Well, in this instance, there's no brief, right? It was Lou Rib that said Wyvern Rider. But usually you get some sort of story or brief to the concept, so you don't need to come up with kind of that kind of blue sky thinking, because there's a lot of designers that does that part of the job, right? And as an outsourcer, you just get that handed to you, and they say, we want the concept based on this and this and this and that. But if it doesn't exist, I always try to anchor designs in a story or a physical design, like function, you know, so that if they're gonna be carrying some sort of weapon or whatever, I'm gonna try to design so that when you look at the character, it doesn't break functionality, but it still looks like he's actually carrying it, and it looks cool, and you know, all these things. But I always try to put function and like some sort of you know, character or kind of tangibility to the design, rather than just graphical design elements. I try to marry the two, you know, so that you can get graphic design shapes, but still in function. I want to have the head like anonymous. I think a good clean shape there will boost contrast-wise the ragged leather parts that kind of gonna go behind it. Would be cool, like yeah, I think so. This is interesting. I played some Destiny last night. It was really good fun. There's a guy at work. He stopped playing and he went back to it now. So he needs to catch up. So me and the boss, the CEO of the company, uh, ran alongside him, and we had these way higher level characters, and we just kind of destroyed everything for him. So he got the XP without, like having to lift his finger, more or less. It was good fun. They've done that game really well. I'm very impressed by it. I tried other games on consoles, and they're just not that good. The way they've like gameplay designed, it's just crazy. Actually, let's have another anchor forward. I feel like that would be like the primary lock. Um, Front and back movements rather than sorry, up and down. Sorry for the cough. Like some cool little latch. I'm thinking like he or her, I don't know. There's no sex of this writer. The writer, I wanted to like feel like a handbrake when he wants to detach. So he can just grab it and detach without having to fiddle with buckles and belt. And so he just grabs that stick, pulls it, and he's free. Well, obviously not on his thigh, but that you can always correct. Maybe most of these riders ride without the thigh anchors on, just because it inhibits. Maybe they like to stand slightly while riding their wyvern. So this way, at least they have their front and back anchor, kind of, so they can maybe jump off the wyvern and fly in the air and then land back at it again, and like attack them. Maybe change wyverns midair, like flying pirates. Where are we time? Halfway. All right, it's pretty okay for halfway. I'm not digging that shape. Okay, let's flip the picture. Let's liquefy it a bit. Makes the bulk better. Yeah. Okay. The saddle should have saddlebags. Would be cool, like he has a almost like needles. With like ropes on them, so that when he throws them, it's almost like he's anchoring the wyvern to whatever he's thrown at. Like a spider web. Let's put like some scratches and stuff on there. Some smaller cluster of info there about the temple, so that we increase the rhythm of how we read the blankness, like of his face. Also, it will make him look a little bit crazier. Like wild hair. Cosmin Potter, what you gotta do at the what I do, if I liquefy, you can't liquefy a layer with that's transparent. So what I just do is copy it to so it's merged, but that doesn't really help you with your line art. It crushes the pixels, right? It just smashes them, and you lose like 50%. Oh, that's cool, Michal. That's a cool idea. I have no idea, by the way, Cosmin Potter, to how to correct it or experiment with layer settings or anything to make it work, to have your line art intact. I'm quite sure there's some solution somehow, maybe locking the layer or. But as I said, I haven't experimented. I can't really help you, unfortunately. But the only solution I know is to just merge it all. But maybe that's not what you want to do. It's unfortunate, but you know, that's how it is. Okay, what time is it? 7 minutes left. I want them to like have some sort of knives as well, because I need some silhouette. So messy. I noticed I had put the line weight on 50% or pen pressure on 50% only. So that's why it became very like too subtle. Not keen on it. Oh. What time is it? 5 minutes. Okay, I have to do the block in. Do the block in. Go. Sorry, I'm zoning out here. I'm completely focused on making it in time to block out, because times are running. Three minutes left. Yeah, it's a lot of things to manage. I'd say he's just a part of the raiding party. No, he's not like a chieftain or anything. Just a regular old Wyvern rider. Nothing to see. Trying to lift out some details so it's less flat and less crazy busy. One and a half. Okay. Some time left. I just went very quiet. Just trying to be focused and squeeze that extra little love in here. Okay. Time's up. That's the Wyvern Rider. Thanks for the topic, Lurib. It was a fun thing to do and explore. Like, yeah, that the whole functionality was fun to kind of chase. Thanks for that. You might have come up with a new genre. Wyvern Riders. Let's make a movie. Um, Thanks everyone for coming. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Wherever you are. Good luck with what you got to do today. If it's the beginning of your day. I'm gonna go do more client work and try to squeeze in some Inktober on while waiting for coffee or something. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks for coming. Bye.